Hello, Bashar. My name is Solveig. I have two questions regarding mostly the cyclic organization of the Earth, especially in relation to my own female cycle. Before puberty, I could see things very positively, such as the death of my grandfather and the separation of my parents. But since I've become more cyclically organized, my life has been more like a roller coaster. So, how can I live my femininity fully without experiencing challenging emotions and pain, for example, during the bleeding? And why do we go through puberty and the cycles? And what do they mean structurally, like in an archetypical way? Thank you so much for answering. Much love. Bye.
Physical reality, especially in the Earth system, is a reality of cycles and a reality of challenges. You have, as a spirit, recognized that you have the strength to face these challenges and were willing to face them when you chose to incarnate. The idea is to transform them in positive ways, to use them in positive ways, and sometimes to even eliminate them from needing to be experienced. But remember that if you experience them in a painful way, that is resistance to the experience, rather than using the experience to flow in a positive direction. Find ways to define these challenges in positive ways, how they can benefit you energetically, how there can be lessons learned from them that will allow you to transform other situations in your life, to use the challenges you go through in other areas of your life to know that you can face these challenges and transform them in more positive ways. So you can use these smaller challenges to allow yourself to overcome bigger challenges and transform them in positive ways. It's like a stepping stone to something bigger.
I'm very excited to ask you a fun question. So, many years ago, I asked you about an entity that you gave the name Sadie Rose, and I began seeing Sadie Rose trucks. So, Sadie Rose baking trucks. And you said, when I see these trucks, it was a state that I was in that allowed me to communicate with this entity. And
Yes.
recently, I saw two trucks at once on my way to go meet a gentleman who just happens to have the same last name as Rose. And that felt very synchronous. And I wanted to see if
Yes.
you had any fun additional information to add to that.
What was your visit with this gentleman about?
He's the guy I'm dating.
All right. Well, then you are baking a new relationship.
I am indeed. I am indeed. Anything else?
How high do you want to turn up the temperature on your baked goods?
As hot as we can.
All right. Then we would suggest that you go for it, as you say, without any particular insistence on what the relationship should be. Let it show you what it is. Don't impose any societal structure on the idea of what you think it's supposed to look like.
I love that.
Just enjoy it for what it is.
That's perfect. That sounds so fun. Thank you very much. And one more thing I'd like to just mention, my excitement, I feel my reality is extremely malleable lately, especially when I'm
Yes.
in the water with the whales and the dolphins. And recently I've had an experience with the orca that was quite exciting. And I
Yes.
just wanted to ask you if there was an amazing experience where I felt deeply respected by them. It felt very, very a strong sense of reverence from them to me. And I
Yes.
wanted to ask you if you had anything to add about that.
Well, as we have said, an analogy would be that the orcas are the samurai of the sea. And therefore, it's all about the idea of that level of respect, about truth to self, about being authentic in every level of your life.
Ooh, I love that. That word has been so resonant for me lately. Authenticity. It's been a beautiful experience to be fully myself and authentic in the most amazing ways. So thank you for that. That's all I have. Thank you, Bashar.
All right. We thank you.
Good day.
Aveo.
Good morning, Bashar. My name is Shaylin Jennings. So my question is, What aspects of my life should I be focusing on over the next 6 to 12 months that are for my highest good, that will serve my soul's purpose, my heart's desires, the greater good of us all, of the greater energy, the universe? And secondly, Bashar, have you visited me? I have been on my channeling journey, practicing, trying to focus in and bring in higher level energies of light and love. And I heard the name Bashar. Like, this was literally like maybe 2 to 3 days ago. So have you visited me, Bashar? I'm not tripping, right? Thank you. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye.
Following the formula, of course, acting on your passion is the answer. And again, if you don't know what that may mean, then start small with everyday things. This is simply the idea of your, shall we say, blueprint informing you that you had set up this connection today. So you got a, in a sense, precursor of this conversation. You felt the leading edge of the wave of this connection 3 days before it actually happened, because you are sensitive to energies and allowed yourself to pick up on the idea of making this connection this day. So you are expanding your senses and increasing your sensitivity to pick up on things that have not yet actually manifested physically, because everything exists in spirit first, as above, so below. But sometimes the below has a time lag to it, and you will pick up on the energy in the non-physical reality of something like this conversation before it actually manifests in physical reality. So no, you are not tripping, as you say. You are picking up on our energy as we are having this conversation today, but did so 3 days earlier.
Hello, hello.
And to you, good day, good day.
I'm so excited, Bashar.
All right.
My question to you is, I feel I channel and this name came in, Albatron. I don't know how to spell it. I don't know whether it's Albaton, and they say that they are of a being like yourself, and I don't know if it is really, and I would just like confirmation, please. And what am I to do with it?
If you feel like you wish to channel, if that is a passion of yours, then the idea is to gain practice by channeling for people who have questions, so that the information comes through you and grounds into them, so that you can get out of your own way. Are you willing to do this?
Yes.
Are you willing to do it without any insistence or assumption about what it is in terms of the information being accurate? It's about the idea of the information being relevant more than accurate. It's about the idea of letting go of any discomfort in feeling silly or anything like that in terms of doing the channeling in whatever way it works its way through you. And just practice with that without any insistence on what the outcome should actually be. As long as your intention is focused in a positive way, then you will be of service to others. But a good way to practice is to allow others to ask questions without the fear of what comes through you.
Right. And so is the energy that comes through, I totally understand, and I am feeling better that I'm doing that. But is the energy, is Albatron a thing? Is it something that's just...
It's a combination of things. You are working with your own higher mind, but your higher mind is connecting to extra dimensional and extraterrestrial sources that will reveal themselves in time. So for right now, it is the state that allows you to practice in the way that you need to, involving your higher mind and some other energies that will reveal themselves in time. It's a combination energy.
And is channeling going to be a more common thing, like to...
In a sense, yes, in a sense, but remember that any time someone is acting on their passion, they are in a channeling state.
Okay.
So that will become the more natural way to experience it. But nevertheless, yes, there can be more communication through the idea of channeling as a way in which information can be delivered to your world to see if humanity is ready to receive such information and apply it in their lives, which make them more likely to experience contact in the future.
Right. And the way you channel to Darryl,
I don't channel to Darryl, I channel through Darryl.
through Darryl, right? So you've been there, and your messages I just can't get enough of. And the commonality is, the common thing is that just to love yourself, the most simple thing to do, but we find it so difficult as physical human beings.
Yes, and to follow the formula that we have shared with all of you, because that's a literal distillation of how you create your reality experience. It's just like an instruction manual. If you follow the instructions, your reality will work to your advantage.
Okay.
That's all there is to it. It's that simple.
And it's too simple because that's why we can't follow it.
Yes, many of you believe it has to be more difficult than that, and that's all right. But that's an old idea that you're coming out of.
So my last question is, in the next 5 years, will our world change with the way we are, the way we think?
For many people, yes, according to certain events that may have a high probability of happening with regard to contact over the next few years. But for other people, no. It depends on what path you are on.
Okay.
So just be on the path of yourself and you'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bashar. I'm very honored. Thank you so much.
It is our passion and our pleasure. Good day, Aveo.
Good day.
Hi, Bashar. I have a quick question. First, I want to say I love you. I've watched you for many, many years. I watched you back before I even knew what you were talking about. I know what you're talking about now. So my questions. I want to know, is there a reason why people are born in the area they're born in, whether it be the town, the city, the state, the country? What and why do we choose to stay there? Is there something higher vibrational that we're there for, to learn, to do? Why we get stuck there? And also, I kind of want to know what's going to happen with you and your teachings and your journey once Darryl chooses that he's fulfilled his journey here. Those are my questions. Thank you.
Yes, you choose those things. You choose the places to be born for your own reasons and for the lessons that you believe you need to learn to walk the path you have chosen to walk, to be yourself. Some people will choose to stay in the area. Some people will choose to move around. Some people will use it as a home base. But the idea is, yes, you choose the places you are born for your own reasons because they help you move in the direction that you really need to move if you use it that way. The information that we deliver through this channel will continue in a variety of ways. It can be put into many different forms and repurposed over and over again. And the idea is that the channel himself will also deliver more depth of a lot of the information that we have shared with you on his own in the form of classes and all sorts of other kinds of methodologies of putting out information. So the information will continue. And the information will continue until such time as contact actually occurs when we can share the information with you more directly. But it will continue in a variety of ways. So we cannot necessarily say exactly and precisely all the ways that that may occur, but the information itself is indestructible and can be output in a variety of methodologies that will reach different people who are waiting to hear it and receive it along a variety of different ways because of how they were oriented, because of how they are willing to receive energy and information. So it's up to the creativity and imagination and inspiration of those dealing with the information to find new ways to put it out there.